Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at basically we're going to be taking a look at the Ultra Space Time Rush. Pretty good. And we're going to be discussing the benefits of doing the Ultra Space Time Rush Anniversary Edition. Now, it's important to understand that the Anniversary Edition Space Time Rush is a great opportunity to grab yourself Zenkai Rush medals, which you use to grab Zenkais for older units, current units, just in general, pretty much everyone. There is no right or wrong way to spend them. You want to make sure that you're using them. They are something that is very helpful to you. So immediately, don't panic. Make sure you're participating in this event. If you manage to clear a certain number of the rushes with a full score, you will get 100 Legends Limited Z-Power, as well as also sparking guaranteed summon tickets, which is pretty good. So I think overall there's some really solid prizes here. I think 100 Legends Limited Z-Power is really solid. I think sparking guaranteed summon tickets is pretty decent. So there's definitely a good incentive for players to participate in this and to obviously try to benefit from this. In terms of everything else, so for people who don't understand how a rush works, each rush has subsequent fights. So for example, in Rush 1, you have 5 total fights. So to get max score, you have to hit the trials for each fight and win the fight. You don't have to get the trials and win the fight in the same match. So for example, if I clear the trials in one run and damage the bosses, but then lose, I can always do another team and then beat the bosses, and then it'll count, I'll get the full score. So that's the first important thing. Secondly, you can auto-select a lot of this, especially the first couple rushes, like Rush 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can auto-select pretty much all of this, because auto-selecting this rush, very easy. Just make sure that you click the trials, focus on trials option, and you'll be sorted, you'll basically be ready to go. Obviously, in terms of the trials, it is important to complete them, because if you don't complete them, then you won't be getting the scores needed to get Z rank, and Z rank is how you can complete the missions. So the missions require you to specifically hit Z rank. How can you prepare yourself for Zenkai Rush? Well, you need to level your characters. You need to go and level all of your characters. Previously, you would have had to level and soul boost your characters, but now you don't have to do that. You just simply have to level your characters, make sure that they are all max level. You can Zenkai them if you want to, but it's not necessary. So you don't have to Zenkai, but leveling them is very important. And grabbing some generic gear from the ultimate equipment screen, also probably a good idea overall. So those two things are, I would say, pretty mandatory for you to achieve a good run here with this, to set yourself up for success. So that is probably what I would say. Make sure you level up a lot of characters, because you want to have a very big roster, because the challenges can be quite widely dispersed, and you want to make sure that you have enough characters to run through getting all the different trials and fights and achievements and everything. So leveling your characters, absolutely 100% the crucial play. It is ultimately very important. The rush medals you get are also very useful, because you can use them to Zenkai your characters, which is also very, very helpful. Aside from that, that is pretty much it. Like I say, auto-selecting is pretty good for the first couple fights. That's pretty much all I do. I just auto-select. Like I say, I would suggest manually fighting instead of auto-battling, largely just because it takes a lot faster. Like if you're passively doing something else, maybe working or something, you just want to clear a couple rushes, then yeah, you can auto-battle for sure. But my suggestion wouldn't necessarily be to do that, because it can take a while, and then it kind of like holds you back. That's pretty much everything I can give you advice on. Like I said, I just auto-battle a lot of these. I don't really focus on them. If you're an experienced player, you have quite a large roster, so getting through these is pretty simple. If you are a newer player, If you're someone who's joined the celebration, maybe you're struggling, it's important to use your summon tickets. Use your summon tickets to get a lot of characters. Using the summoning tickets gives you a ton of characters. It will help you to complete these missions and trials very easily. Also, another important thing is to make sure that you collect whatever free-to-plays you can from the Huzzah Operations event. That will also help you out. And like I said, level your characters. Make sure your characters are all leveled. If you get 5, 6, 7 new characters off of a ticket summon, for example, go and level them. Even if they're extreme, even if they're hero, even if they're sparking, even if they're not Legends Limited, just go level them. Like, just level whole batches of characters. It helps you a ton, gives you lots of roster options, because that's ultimately what you need to get through Zenkai Rush. Now that the soul boosting and everything is basically built into the characters, it's actually a lot easier to pass the Zenkai Rush than it has been before. So I think that's definitely a big merit there. When you clear the final fight of the rush and you clear all of them at Z rank, you will receive your big rewards. Your big bonus being the Zenkai Rush medals, which is awesome, and you'll see a big fat Z rank next to the rush, and then you can move on to the next one and do the multiple fights in there. Like I said, summon, pull your characters, get your characters, do what you can, and you should have a good time. You should be pretty good. But if you do need any more help, you can let me know in the comments down below, and I will see what I can do for you. If you're struggling with a specific rush or just a certain category, etc., I'll see how I can help you. But let me know in the comments down below. And as always, I wish you guys all the best of luck, and I should see you hopefully in the next video. So until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. Bye.